Hello and welcome to Brady Breaks It, a show where I try to build things. Now, out here on the homestead, it gets hot, and I need a nice place to cool down, which is why I've got this freezer right here that I will be turning into a cold plunge. There's supposed to be a bunch of benefits of doing cold plunges and everything, and I'm not going to go over that right now. The number one benefit that I want from a cold plunge is it is cold. So that when it is 110 degrees out here, no cloud in the sky, and I've been working out in the sun for 5 hours, and I need to cool down a little bit, I just hop in my cold plunge, lower that core temperature, and feel refreshed and ready to go for the rest of the day. So, let's get this thing ready. First thing I need to do is clean this sucker out. It's got a little bit of tumbleweed in it, dirt, dried up spots on it and everything, maybe some rusty bits. I'm gonna try to clean that up as best I can so that we can get ready for step 3, which is hitting all the seams with some JB Marine Weld. Now, I've heard tell that you can just get some like 100% silicone caulking, as long as it's 100% waterproof, and hit the seams with that, and you're good to go. However, I'm not an unhefty lad. So the little extra security provided by this makes sense to use. So just make sure that all those seams stay stuck together well and we don't get any leaks. Now, apparently I'm an idiot because I squeezed the entire thing into the little mixing tray that is about 3 times too small to hold it all. But got it all in there, got it all mixed up. Now I'm just going to apply to all the seams like I said before. Oh, again, if I were smart, I'd have some gloves so I could safely just do this. But I'm not smart. I'm just motivated. Boy howdy, we gotta use this motivation when we've got it, you know? Oh man, you gotta be quick with this stuff. It sets in 5 minutes, cures in an hour. My goodness. Starting to get just a touch lumpy. Now before I mix up and use my last batch of JB Weld, I'm going to try to take these plastic things out. There's 4 of them. I'm guessing they were used to probably hold trays or baskets over here or something for the freezer. But try to get them out of the way. If they leave holes, you know, when they leave holes behind, I'm gonna fill those up with some of the weld as well. And voila! If my shadow gets out of the way, you can see I hit all the weld points in here and filled in those spots where I pulled those little plastic nub things out. Now, I've watched a bunch of videos on how to make one of these, and technically, that's all we need to do. We're done to just fill this sucker up. There's other things we could do, make it fancier and better and everything. But on the barest level, we could call it good right here and just start filling her up. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah! For now. Because you're out of your mind if you think I'm gonna wait while I gather all the other supplies necessary for this thing before I use it. No. The moment that this weld stops curing, I'm filling it up with water, I'm plugging it in, I'm getting myself a nice little ice bath. There are a bunch of other things that I will be doing to this. I've got to build some supports underneath it because a freezer is not made to hold the weight of water plus a large man. So I want to make sure the bottom of that is secured up so it doesn't give out underneath me. I'm gonna have it raised up a bit so that I can fit the forks from the tractor underneath it move it around the property as needed. You can't see from there, but I got crap in my weld. There's crap that blew in while I was doing stuff. It's all stuck to my weld now. So I'm gonna have to get a filter hooked up to this to make sure that I don't have to replace the water every other day out here. Some people throw in like ozone filters and stuff to make it sanitary or whatever. I'm not gonna bother with that crap. I am just gonna put like a fish tank filter in here to make sure we get particulates out. You know, that'll be good enough. I'm gonna figure out some way to extend the hinges on this lid here so that it's not so dang close to my head when I'm in here. I'm gonna be building a nice little structure around it as well. I was thinking of, like, you know, throwing some insulation around it, help with that and everything. But one of the ways that, you know, freezers work is they dissipate the heat through the body of the freezer. And so by putting insulation on that, it keeps the heat in and makes the freezing less efficient. So not gonna do that, but I'm gonna put a little structure around it just to make it look better than an old beat up freezer that I got for free. I'm probably gonna eventually put some lining in here because you saw there are rusty spots in here. I don't want that to spread or anything. It's filled up and it's turned on, so it's getting cooler. It's not cold right now, but it will be. So I'm gonna do a workout and then hop in this bad boy, see how it feels. Now, like I said, there's so much more I'm gonna be doing for this thing. This is just the basics to get it up and going, where I can use it while I get all my other supplies. Gonna get a little temperature regulation thing. I gotta get a filter. You can look in there. See, it's got debris in it already because the lid won't stay closed. So I gotta build a latch for this, or get a latch for it anyway. But it is so windy and so dusty out here. I have to have a filter, because having it open for any amount of time is just gonna fill it up with dirt and dust and bugs. So that's really what's next. Filter, pool paint for the liner on it and everything. Maybe some marine weld for a little extra spots and everything. But that's it for now. That's the first big chunk done. I'm very excited to use it, and I'm gonna make you watch right now. All right, I had a great workout. I'm sweating like a dog. Now it's time to get in. Unplug the freezer. You don't want to be in a giant metal cube filled with water while it's connected to electricity. That feels nice. Not cold yet, but it's nice. I'm hesitating getting all the way in because despite it not being cold yet, it's chilly. Oh. This is nice. I nailed the depth. I nailed the depth of water. I realized afterwards that I could have been in here while filling it up and just didn't think of that until after. But I estimated on where to fill it up to. I got spot on. This is exactly where I wanted it to be. I can just sink down into it, get my chin wet in here. I'm gonna try to get my head under. Let's see. That's nice. Well, like I said, folks, stage 1 of the cold plunge is done. We've got more to go, and I'll keep you all updated here on Brady Breaks It / Castle Farms Homestead. If you liked this video, like this video, share this video with people who want to build their own cold plunges. It's so easy to do. You just gotta start. Let's go!